Here's another one of Chevy's engineering marvels. This is the driver's side A-pillar cover, and it's held on basically by this clip that I don't know if it originally goes on that way or that way, but it never stays. I think there was a little piece of plastic in it that attached it to here, but basically when you pop your A-pillar cover off to do anything, this piece breaks off and this piece stays in the car since it's a nice solid metal going into metal, and this little flimsy plastic tab breaks off. Now you can just glue it back on and it will probably hold until the next time you need to pop it off, and that's certainly acceptable as far as just cosmetics, because really what you just need is something to keep this top piece from sagging and rattling when you're driving. And so if this is glued down to there and then popped into the car, it'll typically hold until, like I said, the first time you need to remove it, because it just, the amount of force pulling it this way, it will overpower your glue, and obviously overpowers the original design. They could have made this to where this piece would come off more friendly, or just make a different design that is meant to come on and off. The rest of it, as you see, just those just kind of fit into place. And then mine, since it has the Bose system, has the one connector, and even though when it's off like this, it's just an easy press and release. When it's actually in the vehicle, the way they have it set up, you almost need a pick tool or a screwdriver to get it off, because you can't just squeeze it and release it, which, again, poor design in my opinion. So what I'm thinking about doing is trying to make this a little more secure by, one, gluing it down with some epoxy, but two, maybe putting some Kydex or some plastic welding, or both, or all three, so that hopefully this will stay connected. These are fairly inexpensive Harbor Freight, but it seems to do a pretty decent job. I also bought off of Amazon some different plastics, so you can try to match up the type of plastic used. You see there's PVC, PP, and PE. Sometimes you can get lucky and find on the piece what it is. On a car piece, it's probably not PVC, it's probably PP, possibly PE, so I'm going to go with the PP. And we can laugh about the choice of letters there. And so I'll just melt this into here to try to make it a little bit sturdier. You can see past repair attempts with crazy glue and baking soda, like I said, held well enough to keep it on while driving, but then as soon as I needed to remove it to do something, it would break off again. The other thing the kit comes with is some steel mesh that you can melt into the plastic to make it a little bit sturdier, so you can just cut a piece off to size and work with it. Definitely recommend doing it outdoors because of the fumes and smell. Starting by trying to melt some extra plastic onto here to make it a little bit thicker. You get the idea, and I just try to melt that and make it a little more cosmetically attractive. And this cools pretty quickly, so you see it's already holding pretty well. You can always put some JB Weld on there. You can trim up the metal there if you need to, but you see it's holding pretty good now. So that's basically what I need it to do, is just hold well enough to stay in the vehicle. Now we will see how well my fix worked. Start by plugging back in the speaker. Fish in the bottom parts around everything. And it broke the whole clip. So my plastic held. This little spring attachment thingy just broke, so I don't know what's up behind there that's keeping it. But well, that's at least a testament to the plastic that it held up and it broke the metal. I'll see if I can needle nose that back into shape enough to at least, it just doesn't look like it's, the hole's big enough to put that in there. With a needle nose, I was able to squeeze it. You see I did burn it with the plastic solderer, but at least it's in now and not going anywhere. The fit at the bottom is not perfect. I have a feeling that the angle of the pin that I attached is the reason for that, but at least it's in now, so I don't have to worry about it